old wounds or from things people said to us years ago that we just took in as truth and never bothered to really re-examine. So, if you tell yourself things like, the world is unkind, the world is an unkind place, you are going to find a lot of that. Or I'm so forgetful, and then you tend to forget things. Or I'm bad with money. Or relationships are hard, there are no good men out there, dating is hard. Or I have no willpower, I can't get myself to eat right or work out. As we say these things, it's extremely disempowering, and we're basically programming our brain, our supercomputer, to continue to live out these shitty realities. So I actually today I'm like, it's like my second to last day revising my book. It is almost completely done. But my book is largely based off this because I was telling myself all these stories and had all these beliefs that weren't really true and weren't serving me for so many years, including, believing that I was not good enough because at an early age, a doctor told my mom I was overweight. I was a chubby kid. I got teased for it in school. And so for so many years, I made that mean so much about me. And, you can, if you want to check out the book in the fall when it comes out, I love that. But it kind of get into it deeper of like how that showed up in my life, but really examining it was such a eye-opening experience, like really looking at how these stories I was telling, what the stories were, and then how that manifested in my life through life experiences and situations and relationships. It certainly is no accident. Like it's perfectly, you can see it all unfold and it makes total sense, which is really interesting. But I'm also, I'm thankful that I shifted out of that at a relatively young age in my late 20s. I mean, I would have loved to have shifted out of it even sooner. Obviously, it would have saved me a lot of heartache, but I'm happy I kind of saw the light and have been able to really write new stories. And, one of the big ones, again, getting back to my body, is that I always believed that I had like bad genes. I just thought I had fat genes and I had to work harder than anyone else I knew. Growing up in school, it was always my friends, other girls in the fitness industry. I believed I had to diet and train so much harder than everyone else. And I saw scenarios of that play out all the time, believe me. And I was one of those people who I was like, I even look at food, I gain weight. If I eat too much or take a cheat meal, back then when I called it that, I certainly believed that I would gain weight easily. And I did. And now I no longer believe that. I don't tell myself that story. I believe the opposite. I believe my body's working with me. I believe I have an amazing metabolism. And I believe my body is a healthy, happy vessel that I take really good care of. And in response, it is a happy, healthy body. And so I believe I can get away with eating and drinking pretty much whatever, and it's not going to affect my size or anything like that. Like I don't worry about weight gain or my size or fitting into jeans anymore, or summer is coming. Like all of that stuff, really was the focus of my life for seriously decades. And now it's just gone. I don't think about that stuff at all. And it's taken years to shift that story completely and to really be in my new story. But now every single day I am in that new story, and I'm like, I can eat and drink whatever I want and it doesn't affect me in a negative way. And that is my reality. And it's incredible. And, it's night and day what I create with that story, just that particular story. So that is a really, obviously a very strong example that I have, but I believe in this wholeheartedly because my life is proof of that. So next up, I'm just going to take a sip